Well, I'm delighted to have been invited to speak at the CSU Institute for Palliative Care Symposium on my work around leading well from within. And essentially it's a neuroscience and mindfulness-based framework for conscious leadership. So why that title? So I titled Leading Well from Within around the notion that if you want to be able to lead well in the world, the first place we need to know how to lead is lead well inside ourselves. Fundamentally, how do we navigate stress, uncertainty, and self-doubt to be able to focus on what really matters? And my passion for this work came from my training in internal medicine at UCSF. It's my first experience of going through a tremendous amount of stress through my training. It was an incredible education, and I fundamentally learned that I was not alone. That while life was falling apart, I reached out for counseling, and I said to my counselor, I felt such a loser, I'm the only person going through this. And he said, well, don't you know that more than half your class is in counseling right now? And it was a complete revelation. So I became insatiably curious around how we navigate stress, uncertainty, and self-doubt so we can focus on what really matters most. And in that journey, knowing that I wasn't alone, how do we find a greater sense of self-compassion for ourselves so that we become more compassionate healers rather than what can happen all too often in healthcare where we can become strained of our compassion amidst the high demands and sometimes strained resources we find ourselves within.